Hi everyone, it's Dr. Sarah Allen on A Little Bit of Magic. I'm out for a walk today at Redmond Wellness and Chiropractic. Just taking a little quick lunch break here. I just have to admit to you, I always had an aversion to Las Vegas. I've never been there, had never been there, never wanted to go there. I'm not into the opulence and glitz. There's too many lights. It's bad for the environment. It's so brown. There's no water. And it just felt like, this felt artificial. I mean, it's like you're on a cruise ship that you can't get off of. I mean, even the shows, just everything, nothing seemed real to me. And so I never really wanted to go there. But I recently went there because I went to the Chi Revolution conference, had a great time, met wonderful people. And I have to say, I stand corrected. I really grew to love Las Vegas. And you know what? It's because of the people. So when I was there, first of all, I made it to Fremont Street. And if you haven't seen Kelvin Gordon, the contortionist, who's also a Kung Fu artist and Tai Chi master, I had this frozen drink because, you know, everybody in Vegas drinks those frozen drinks because it's so hot. And so I got one myself and I thought, this is gonna make me sick. And I had a couple sips and I went over to him and another guy and I said, hey, do you guys want this? I barely took any drinks out of it. It was expensive and maybe you'll enjoy it. And it turned out, Calvin said, well, I'm performing, so he wouldn't drink it. But I got to talking with him and then found out he was a contortionist and we became friends and he was so fascinating. Like, I think he knows more about Chinese medicine than I do. He is very well versed in Kung Fu, Tai Chi. He teaches classes. So I was able to interview him as well as grab his performance. And then he introduced me to Michael Jackson and Tom Brady's Tailor. Yes, that's true. And I couldn't believe it. That man is 94 years old and can still touch his toes. He's from Mexico originally, lived in California and in Chicago, and now lives in Las Vegas. So I interviewed him. And then, as luck would have it, or not luck, just bad planning, I lost my car in the parking ramp on Fremont Street. So I thought, oh my gosh, and it was getting to be dark. I didn't have this new phone that I have now. The battery was dying. I didn't have enough to really get help if I needed it. And so I asked this girl if I was in the Neonopolis parking ramp. And she said, I don't know. Are you lost? And I told her I lost my car. And I knew what floor it was, but it was empty when I pulled in, and then it became busy. And she said, well, I'm going to help you find it. I mean, mind you, this woman had she was dressed up. She wasn't a lady of the night, but she was a lady going out for the night on a Friday night. You know, she had a wig on. She had long eyelashes out to here, fingernails 6 inches long, you know, a big purse, a big booty, and a very tight dress and high heels. And I thought, this woman's going to help me find my car? I mean, this would not have happened in Bend, Oregon. It just wouldn't have. And so I walked around with her for probably 20 minutes to a half hour. And she calmed me down. She said, I can tell you're stressed. And we're just going to go row by row. And that's what we did. We went row by row. I kept clicking my beeper. And we found my car. And her name was Nacy. And I said, what's your name? And she told me Nacy. And I said, I have to give you a hug. Like, she told me that she could tell I was stressed. She didn't want me to be alone. And I just made me really fall in love with the people of Vegas. Additionally, after my conference, or during my conference, I met a very handsome man that plays for the Las Vegas Knights. And he said some very nice compliments about me as I opened the door for him. And then later on, took me for a ride on his electric bicycle on the back. And we rode around that resort for like an hour and had the best conversation and the best time. And he's a football player that used to play overseas, now plays for the Knights. And I went to the Valley of Fire the next day. I went to Sean Haggett's restaurant and just had a fantastic time. Talked to all the staff. It was like shrimp, or seafood, caviar restaurant. And I thought, I've never been to a caviar restaurant, and that's a 5-star Michelin winning chef that runs that restaurant. And every person working there came over and talked to me, and they were all locals. And I love layers of society. I love culture. I love people. I love humanity. And I mean, Vegas just showed right up. And then apart from that, I got to see my cousin's wife, and we had dinner, who happened to be vacationing there. And I met a ton of tourists. I met this guy with a French name, which I can't remember, but he was from Belgium, and he was telling me how much he loves Vegas. And I thought, why would this refined European man love Vegas? But I realized it's so different than any place on earth, and definitely a world apart from Belgium. So I just want to tell you, I can't wait to go back to Vegas. I really had a fantastic time, and I was all by myself. So thank you, Las Vegas. Thank you for the people that helped me. You can go back and see Kelvin's video. You can go back and see his interview with me, with his performance and interview. And you can go see the interview that I'm going to post, which is Michael Jackson and Tom Brady's Tailor, who took the time to talk with me for a few minutes. All right, so cheers, Vegas. I will be back. Okay, take on the day, everyone. Have a great day.